Hey guys, welcome back to this place. And if you are new, then welcome here for the very first time. I'm Carmen.
I'm Calvin.
And today we are watching season 3, episode 16 of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Last episode, or we're coming off of the 2-part Boiling Rock special, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And in that, we got Suki back, we got Hakoda back, we got May risking it all for Zuko, and then Ty Lee risking it all for May. And nobody's on Azula's side anymore, which of course makes me so happy.
Well, the entirety of the Fire Nation is on her side still.
Well, they don't count. Zuko, I feel like, can change their mind at some,
Mm-hmm.
Like, he just needs to get a little bit better at it because, like, when he was talking to May, I feel like he could have explained how he thinks that what he's doing is beneficial for the Fire Nation versus just being like, I'm doing this for the Fire Nation, and then kind of just leaving it at that,
Well, they kind of ran out of time.
Yeah, but there was no effort made either. He was just like...
It's also very confusing because, like, they're sort of dating, sort of not, and they're trying to also wade through that.
Adolescence. Angst. Teen angst.
It's not really angst, just...
They are the definition
nerves.
of angst.
Yeah, but not towards each other. Not like that.
No, they're like heart eye emojis towards each other. But like in a weird way. I don't know. Anyway, that's beside the point. The point is we are sort of amassing the team Avatar that I want. Iroh is still MIA, which I don't love because, I love Iroh. And so I want him to join Team Avatar. I want May and Ty Lee to somehow escape and join Team Avatar. I want Zuko to have a baby dragon. I'm just going to keep saying it until it happens. Yeah. What? Nothing. Let's just get started. Uh-oh. What the hell is that? Okay, it said the Southern Raiders, so are these the Southern Raiders? I saw it when the title screen came up.
Oh, so funny. What? You didn't know you could do that?
I didn't know that existed.
What are you doing?
Keeping rocks from crushing you.
Okay, I'm not crushed. You can get off me now.
What?
Azula? Yep. How did she know where they were?
I am about to celebrate becoming an only child.
She's so evil. Like, I genuinely can't. Oh shit. Zuko, hurry. Wherever you're going, you need to go there. Here comes his acrobatics again. Okay, I in no way believe that's how Zuko dies, so.
The Fire Nation can't separate our family again.
It'll be okay. It's not forever.
They literally just got reunited. He was like, but Suki, you're coming with me. Told you.
How did he do that?
I told you that he was not gonna go out like that. Clash of Titans. He had Appa to get him.
She's not gonna make it. Of course she did.
Mm-hmm.
If you really wanted to feel like old times, I could, chase you around a while and try to capture you.
And it's funny.
To Zuko, who knew after all those times he tried to snuff us out, today he'd be our hero.
Hear, hear.
What's with her?
I wish I knew.
What's with him?
I was waiting for somebody to be like, I wish I knew.
And stand up and go after him.
Yeah.
Everyone else seems to trust me now. What is it with you?
Oh, everyone trusts you now? I was the first person to trust you, remember? Back in Ba Sing Se. And you turned around and betrayed me. Betrayed all of us.
What can I do to make it up to you?
Maybe you could reconquer Ba Sing Se in the name of the Earth King. Or, I know, you could bring my mother back.
Well, okay. He didn't do that. I understand her upset.
Oops. Wrong tent.
Sorry. Do you need to talk to Sokka too?
Nope. Not me.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Well, hello.
He ate the rose.
Your sister. She hates me. And I don't know why, but I do care what she thinks of me. I know this may seem out of nowhere, but I want you to tell me what happened to your mother. I think somehow she's connected her anger about that to her anger at me.
It's not a day I like to remember.
Yeah. Looking at, oh, little tiny Sokka. It's like, dear Lord. That's a... The ships are coming.
We were badly outnumbered, but somehow we managed to drive them off. As quickly as they came, they just left. I was so relieved when it was over, but that's because I didn't know yet what had happened.
Yeah, they took prisoners or what?
Can you remember any details about the soldiers who raided your village? Like, what the lead ship looked like?
Sea Ravens. The main ship had flags with sea ravens on them.
The symbol of the Southern Raiders.
Okay.
Thanks for stopping by. Thought he'd never leave. Suki!
They're the least discreet people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I know who killed your mother. I'm going to help you find him.
Is it your turn to take a little field trip with Zuko?
Yes.
The self-awareness, though.
Yeah.
Sokka told me the story of what happened. I know who did it, and I know how to find him.
And what exactly do you think this will accomplish?
Closure?
I knew you wouldn't understand.
Wait, stop. I do understand. You're feeling unbelievable pain and rage. How do you think I felt about the Sandbenders when they stole Appa? How do you think I felt about the Fire Nation when I found out what happened to my people?
This is about getting closure and justice.
I don't think so.
Closure.
I think it's about getting revenge.
Fine. Maybe it is.
I don't know if that's best, though.
It's what he deserves.
You sound like Jet.
Katara, she was my mother too. But I think Aang might be right.
Then you didn't love her the way I did.
Oh. Yeah, that's not really fair.
It's easy to do nothing, but it's hard to forgive.
It's not just hard. It's impossible.
Maybe she needs this. Like, maybe she'll, like... I don't want her to get revenge, but maybe she'll realize throughout it that she doesn't need that to move on, you know?
But you were just gonna take Appa anyway?
Yes.
It's okay, because I forgive you. That give you any ideas?
Oh.
He's a
It's a
good guy.
journey you need to take. You need to face this man.
I agree.
But
But-
when you do, please don't choose revenge. Let your anger out and then let it go.
Okay, we'll be sure to do that, Guru Goody Goody.
So, can I borrow Momo for a week?
Why do you need Momo?
He just wants him.
Bam. On patrol near Whaletail Island.
Whale tail. They've been there before, haven't they?
Just let her go, and I'll give you the information you want.
You heard your mother. Get out of here!
Mom, I'm scared.
Go find your dad, sweetie. I'll handle this.
Dad! Dad! Please, I think Mom's in trouble. There's a man in our house.
Is it too late?
But we were too late.
Your mother was a brave woman.
I know. Let's do this.
She's kind of scary sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So there I was, and I was like, you know, it was
Damn, that would be scary, you know?
Mm-hmm.
This is it, Katara. Are you ready to face him?
Is it gonna be him?
Who are you?
You don't remember her? You will soon. Trust me.
She's bloodbending? Oh, this is real bad. Zuko, this is real bad.
Think back to your last raid on the Southern Water Tribe.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You look her in the eye and you tell me you don't remember what you did.
Yeah, it looks like a different person, maybe. Those look like different eyes.
It's not him.
Yeah.
He's the leader of the Southern Raiders. He has to be the guy.
You must be looking for Yan Ra. He retired 4 years ago.
Where did he go?
You lazy piece of work. I need something.
Yes, Mother.
I was gonna say.
The tomato carrots from your garden are too hard for my gums. Get your grimy hiney to the market and buy me some real food.
A pleasant moment.
Hello? Is someone there?
That was him. That was the monster.
I mean, he doesn't look like a monster anymore, maybe? I don't know. Not that that means that his past crimes should be forgiven, but, or forgotten, I mean.
We weren't behind the bush, and I wouldn't try firebending again.
Do you know who I am?
I'm not sure.
Oh, you better remember me like your life depends on it.
Yes. Yes. I remember you now. You're the little water tribe girl.
Yeah.
Who is it? Who's the waterbender?
There are no
Oh,
waterbenders here.
shit.
The Fire Nation took them all away a long time ago.
My source says there's one waterbender left in the Southern Water Tribe.
Did she know it was Katara?
I tell you, do you promise to leave the rest of the village alone?
She didn't say her.
It's me.
Yeah.
Take me as your prisoner.
I'm afraid I'm not taking prisoners today.
She sacrificed herself because she knew.
She was protecting the last waterbender.
What? Who?
Are you really so stupid?
I did a bad thing. I know I did. And you deserve revenge. So why don't you take my mother? That would be fair.
Now that I see you, I think I understand. There's just nothing inside you. Nothing at all. You're pathetic and sad and empty.
Please spare me.
But as much as I hate you, I just can't do it.
You're not that guy.
I know, that's what I was, I was like, is this an Amos moment? You know? I didn't know Zuko was gonna be like, I can! You know?
Yeah.
I wanted to do it. I wanted to take out all my anger at him, but I couldn't. I don't know if it's because I'm too weak to do it, or if it's because I'm strong enough not to.
Strong enough not to.
Forgiveness is the first step you have to take to begin healing.
But I didn't forgive him.
Yeah,
I'll never forgive him.
I think that's okay.
But I am ready to forgive you.
You were right about what Katara needed. Violence wasn't the answer.
It never is.
Then I have a question for you. What are you gonna do when you face my father?
Mm-hmm. It's a very good question. It's a very good question. So I got a bit emotional.
So did you.
No, I didn't.
Was.
No, I did. I think I was more worried about what she was gonna do though, so I was like kind of holding it back a bit. When he asked who, like, the waterbender was, like, I didn't know if her mom knew it was her. But then when she said, I'll give you, like, if I tell you, you'll leave the rest of the village alone. Now it's coming. Now the emotions are coming. But, no, when she said that, then I was like, well, then she definitely knows, and she's going to say it's her because, you know, she's going to protect Katara. And I don't know if it's better or worse that Katara knows that, like, the reason is her, right? That her mom was, like, protecting her. I think, like, that might be comforting in some way, like, but also, like, I don't, like, I'm glad, like, she didn't, but, like, I was worried that she was gonna feel guilty and responsible then. Because if it, I mean, her mom, I don't think would have told no matter who it was, but she felt the need to say herself because it was Katara. You know?
Well, she also, like,
thought that he was taking prisoners.
Well, sure, but she was also protecting the rest of the village as well.
Yeah, because she said you're gonna leave everyone alone, like, right? Like, you'll
leave the rest of the village alone if I tell you, right?
She was protecting Katara, she was protecting Sokka, she was protecting Hakoda, she was protecting Graham, she was protecting, like, and then all the other innocent people in the village. So I think I can't articulate right now. I'm sorry.
You could cry. That usually helps.
It's just something else that I want to talk about is Katara at the end, and when she said she didn't forgive the guy who did that to her mom, right? That she's that she'll never forgive him, but she's ready to move on. I thought that was I liked it a lot because I think that there is often the narrative that you have to forgive, like Aang was saying, right? You forgive and then you move on, and, like, that's kind of the only path forward. But I think that, I don't know, personally, I don't necessarily buy into that narrative always. I don't think that you always owe the people who hurt you forgiveness, and I know forgiveness is something you do for yourself, but I think that there are things that people can do that are unforgivable, and I don't think that forgiving them is the only way to move forward. I think that you can still move forward and work past everything without forgiving the person who hurt you. Like, maybe that's just, like, my own personal beliefs, but I don't think it's a necessary step. I don't know.
I think that you can forgive, but that doesn't mean that, you know, you have to treat them as if they've never done anything, you know, to hurt you.
Well, I'm not saying that you should never forgive people either. I'm saying, like,
don't just trust them again, you know?
Yeah, like, the idea of forgive and forget is always stupid. Don't forget.
I mean, if you forgive but you don't forget, is it true forgiveness?
Well, yes, because
I mean, like,
you can forgive somebody and move forward without forgetting what they did. Forgetting is kind of stupid, right?
Just don't hold that in your heart.
I don't think you have to hold it in your heart, but, like...
But that's holding, like, a grudge, right?
Not necessarily.
I mean, sure, you don't want, like, harm on them or something like that, but, you know, if you always have that in the back of your mind whenever you think of that person, like, that kind of feeling and emotion festers. Or it can.
But I don't think it has to. Like you said, like, you can forgive somebody, but you don't have to treat them like they didn't do anything. You don't have to, but that would be forgetting, as if you treat them like they didn't do anything. You know what I'm saying? I just
meant, like, true forgiveness is forgive and forget. Like, that's the rule, right?
That's your opinion. I mean, I think that's fair, and I think for some people that is true. Some people have to fully forgive in order to move on, but I don't think that everybody does, and I don't think that people who don't need that should be forced to do that. I don't know. Do you understand? Does that make any sense to anybody?
There's two stages of, like, actual, like, getting past when someone does something to you that hurts you, right? Is, for one, not carrying that rage and anger against that person every day. Yeah. Towards them. That's the forgiveness part. The forget part is you completely divorcing yourself from that and shedding it from your memory. Like,
I mean, I agree to an extent with what you're saying. Like, I think that it depends on the level of the wrong that's been done to you, right? Like,
Yeah.
in a relationship,
like-
like, if we have a little tiff or something, we talk through it, we forgive each other, and we move on. But it's like we address the thing that caused the tiff and then move on. We're not forgetting it. We're addressing it, changing it, and growing and evolving. And you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
slightly
I
different. Like,
know.
if we just talked, like, if we had a disagreement, you, me, anybody, and we were like, okay, I forgive you, and then we just forgot, that's not healthy because we're not addressing the root cause that, you know what I'm saying?
it gets you, but I think it's different when it's not like an ongoing relationship. Like, if someone betrays you or fucks you over, like a coworker or something like that, you know, someone that you're not intending on seeing every day for the rest of your life. Like,
Well, yeah.
if you're gonna hold that against them, if you're gonna mentally keep a tally of, you know, they owe me because they did that bad thing way back then, you know, I'm gonna remember that. Next time I see them, I'm gonna be thinking about that, you know. It's the part where you agree with yourself that I am not gonna burden myself with this anymore, and I'm just gonna let it go into the ether, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like that's kind of what I was saying though, right? Because it's like, it depends on the level of the wrong that was committed, but also your relationship to the person who committed the wrong.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that, like, in this instance, this is a person that Katara has no relationship with that came in and murdered her mother. I personally don't feel that she owes that person absolution, forgiveness, whatever, you know, because as long as she is okay with, like she didn't hurt him, like, she let go of that anger, right? Like, she let go of the need to enact revenge upon him, but he doesn't deserve her forgiveness. So she didn't grant him that. And I think that that's okay. Like, I think that she can still move on.
Yeah.
And she doesn't have to forgive him. Whereas, like, I know that that's maybe not a popular opinion. A lot of people think that, like, that's her holding on to something and not truly moving on. But I think when someone's committed such an atrocity against you like that, or, you know, various other things, like, you don't owe them your forgiveness. Like, when they've already taken so much from you, you don't owe them anymore.
Yeah.
That's what
I know.
I was saying. So
I don't disagree with that.
No, I know that, but that was my only point in this, is that I like that they kind of had that conversation, because I feel like it's two sort of warring sides that people, or opinions that people have. Like, you have to forgive and forget everything in order to move on, or, well, because, you know, that's going to hold you back, or you can move on without that. And I like that they kind of didn't force Katara to forgive him in order to show that she was capable of moving on. Like, she could forgive Zuko, who she has an ongoing relationship with now, because she realizes that she was misplacing the anger that she felt towards this person onto him. And, you know, that was heightened by, like, the fact that she was the first person to trust him, and then he betrayed that trust. So she went back to the last, you know, Fire Nation person that she really had, like, I said that really weird, Fire Nation person that she had, like, a interaction with, and she was, you know, misplacing herself. But she forgave Zuko, which I think is good, because it's an ongoing relationship, you know what I mean? So I don't know, that was my only thing, was that I think that there is a narrative in society that you always have to forgive in order to move forward, and I personally don't agree with that. But again, maybe I'm just not highly evolved enough to believe it yet,
I don't think you
know?
have to move on with your life. Like, I don't think you're just going to be, like, paralyzed But I think there's something to be said for growing as a person beyond a trauma or a betrayal or something like that, where you can learn from your experiences and protect yourself from being in that position again, but you don't have to carry it with you as like a source of rage or something to focus your animosity on or something like that,
No, I mean, I agree with that. I think also, like...
I think there's, like, a happy middle ground between the two.
I think so, too. But what I'm saying is, like, I don't think that... I don't know. It's hard to explain, right? Because I don't think that forgiveness is necessary always to move on. That was all I was saying, Like, I think that, to, plagiarize Kesha, some things only God can forgive. That's just my... Like, some things, like, it's above my pay grade to forgive that, because, like, I'm just a person. Maybe that's a character flaw that I think that, there are some things that are unforgivable, but if it is, that's a character flaw I have, that's okay. Katara has it too, I guess,
I like how they were sticking with the you gonna borrow Appa for a while to have a special trip with him?
Yeah, with Zuko.
It's like, actually, yes.
It's really funny because at the beginning of this episode, I almost was like, okay, it's Katara and Zuko's turn, because, like we had Aang and Zuko, and then Sokka and Zuko, then Katara and Zuko. Next is gonna be Toph and Zuko, But it's just, I almost made that joke because I was thinking it, but then I didn't think that it would actually happen. But, like, I love that it did. I love that they put a weird romantic trope on them at the beginning. Like, when he tackled her, and then it's like, you can get up now, like, we're not in danger anymore. Like, that's a romantic trope, and, like, so many...
I mean, I think it's appropriated as that.
Have you ever seen it in a non-romantic way?
Yeah.
That wasn't, like, a disturbing, creepy way.
Yeah.
Really? Where? When?
I have.
I just feel like that is a romantic trope.
Like,
just like giving...
It is a trope, meaning it's overdone to where, like, if you think about someone tackling something or tackling someone away from something to
and then
safety.
Lingering.
But normally it's the person who feels that way that is bringing attention to it.
I mean, usually,
more than the other person.
Usually both people feel that way in the trope. That's the trope of it, right? Usually. Like, remember we watched, this is a throwback, Drive Me Crazy. I made you watch it. Do you remember with,
remember.
It has, what's her name? Melissa Joan Hart. And she was...
Who?
Anyway, her boyfriend was the basketball player, and he fell onto the cheerleader, and then there was, like, that moment, and then he finally got up, and then she was, like, upset about it. He doesn't remember clearly. Anyway.
I've only seen it once in my life. And you're describing something that's...
so generic and happens all the time. Like a romantic trope that they inserted.
Fully agree that it is a romantic trope and it is overused.
But that's what they were doing in this episode. Like, do you not... Like, I don't think that they're all of a sudden gonna, like, Zutara is endgame. But I'm just saying, they were like, people ship this. They were like, people ship this. Here's a bone. Like, that's what happened.
They didn't ship shit back then.
Star Trek invented shipping. So I think that by the time this came around, shipping was very acceptable. So they did.
I think, like, shipping companies invented shipping, but...
You guys know what I mean. I mean, I don't know if Star Trek invented shipping, but...
I don't think
Star Trek invented fan fiction, and I'm pretty sure that's correct. I could be wrong, but I feel...
I mean, maybe
that,
they
like,
popularized
Spock and Kirk were, like, the first major thing, like, ship that created, like, fan fiction. Anyway, my point was, They were throwing us Zutara shippers a bone, and I appreciated it, and I saw it, and I saw it, and I liked it. Like, would Zuko and Katara not be, like, the coolest, most badass, like, couple? Like, come on, when they were sneaking around in their little black cat suits and stuff, I was like, Zutara supremacy. You're so upset. Are you like a Zutara hater?
No TP. I don't
Really?
even know what that means. I don't know what that means. I just know that it's anti-ship.
Yeah. Like an OTP is like your ultimate couple, one true pairing is what it stands for.
Oh.
And then no TP is like that. I hate that more than anything else.
No, I'm joking.
Moving on from your apparent hate for Zutara.
I don't hate it. I'm just saying. I think you're trying hard.
You're saying that I'm a tryhard?
Yeah.
Do you remember when people who like Twilight were called twihards?
No. No, they were?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Twihards.
Does anybody else remember that?
Oh my gosh, no. That's so stupid, but it fits so well.
I know. Anyway.
It's both demeaning and accurate.
What I was going to say, to keep on the shipping train, or kind of just mix my metaphors there, but to keep on that, I was going to say, the moments with Sokka and Suki, they were like tiny, but
You're like, hello.
it was too much. It was too much.
It was pretty.
It was
yeah.
too much. Like, what? Look, he was like laid
you
out.
You realize now what his motivation was for going back and grabbing
her?
Suki after
He's
hugging
like,
his dad.
I love you. Oh, I gotta take this one though. She's coming with me. But it's so. It was also so funny, like the comedy of it, to have Zuko run into Suki, and he's like, "Oh, did you have something you wanted to say to Sokka too?"
Sokka's tent? No, not me.
And
then like 2 seconds after Zuko walks out
yeah.
of the tent, is like, Suki.
I know. I'm like, you waste, like, he was too impatient.
Oh my gosh.
He was too eager.
So
He had no patience. He was just like, Suki.
So eager.
Those moments were great. They were priceless. Yeah.
Jinx.
It's nice to finally meet Sokka and Katara's mom, Kaya, and to sort of spend a little bit of time with her. Like, emphasis on little. Like, we didn't really get to
we literally got
talk
like
to her, know her, or anything.
3 lines from her.
Yeah, but
It's like, it's okay. Go find your father. And
we got more than 3. But
what are the other 2?
she said, if I tell you, then everybody will be safe. It's me. So that's at least 2 more.
Yeah, total of 3.
That's 5. 4. Because he says something too in between that makes it a whole nother line. There was more than 3. Anyway, that is beside the point. The point is, like, we didn't get to see that much of her, but it was still nice to see like a little bit of her, and to see that where I guess like Sokka and Katara get some of who they are from, because she looks obviously like Katara.
Katara looks like her.
Anyway.
Hey, if you're gonna pick apart 3 lines, and it's like, there was more than 3. There was like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there was totally more than 3.
That's not what I meant. Anyway. You're on one tonight.
I'm tired. Did you notice that Kaya was voiced?
I noticed
by
that
the
I've
same...
seen the name before.
Yeah, that's Azula.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, I know this name, but I can't remember who it is. We also saw Azula in this episode.
Mm-hmm. She's
always
not gonna make it.
lovely to see her.
Of course she made it.
Right. But it's interesting because he actually sounded sad, right? He's like, oh, she's not going to make it.
There was concern.
Like, I think he was, like, worried. And then when she did, he's like, oh, of course she made it, you know? So it's interesting the way he switched from, like, concern to, like, annoyance. Such a sibling thing.
I was going to say, it's exactly what you would expect from a sibling.
But she was, like, 0% concerned about him falling, and she thought he was, like, gonna die. She was just like...
Well, she showed up, and she was like...
Oh, today is the day I become an only child.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And she's like, haha. But...
So she was going there
trying
planning on it.
Yeah.
Especially since he is the reason for her losing her 2 friends. The only 2 people that would hang out with her.
I mean, she forced them to hang out with her in the first place.
first opportunity that they had to betray her for someone that meant more to them happened.
Also, can I just say, and I know that it's a ridiculous thing, but like for a split second, when Zuko was coming up on like the other Zeppelin, I was like, is Iroh in there? Like, I don't know why, but in my mind, I was like, Iroh somehow got one of these. He came, he rescued Zuko. I know.
And Iroh brought a dragon egg for Zuko.
No, he just brought a baby dragon.
Here, Zuko, warm this in some nice tea.
He just has like a teacup, and chilling in the teacup is a baby dragon.
Sure. Yeah, that's how Zuko gets a baby dragon.
I will say, I have been wondering since Iroh hasn't been in this season as much, if that is due to the fact that they wanted Zuko to discover all this stuff on his own for character growth, or if it is to do with the actor passing away. Because I feel like I definitely miss Iroh's presence a lot, and I'm sure everybody else, you know, watching did as well. And I just can't help but wonder if that is like playing a part in it. Like it makes sense both ways. Like if it's for the story for Zuko to grow and change on his own, which is what he kind of needed, then I understand. Like that makes sense. But if it's also because, you know, they wanted to have a little bit of mourning period, I don't know. Like I know that they had another actor playing him because it was in season 2 that it happened. But
his apprentice.
But
he's voicing him.
He had already filmed some stuff for season 3, right? That's why maybe I'm wrong. I thought somebody said that, but I could be remembering wrong.
He passed during the production of book 2, so there were some lines from book 2 that he had recorded, and maybe a couple from 3 that we're in now.
Yeah,
like occasionally, but probably the biggest time that you would feel that is probably in book 2.
Okay. I was just curious because it's been like kind of a sadness that's been lingering, or like a presence that is noticeably felt as not being there.
Greg Baldwin. That's his name.
Huh?
Greg Baldwin.
Oh,
I believe so. Yeah. His
apprentice.
Mako's apprentice.
Because I know the guy is Mako, but I didn't know if there was like a reason for that, or if it was just like for the story, you know. Look, I'm wearing 2 different socks.
Me too.
Me?
It took you a second to realize. I have a broken foot. It's so funny.
Is there anything else you have to say about this episode?
Bloodbending.
Oh yeah, Katara did cross the line, and
she swore she would never bloodbend again.
She had me worried because of that. Because I was like, when I saw it, like the second he started moving, I was like, "Fuck, she's bloodbending. Like this is bad. Like I don't know that she's gonna come back from this like brink."
It scared Zuko.
Yeah.
I
don't think he knows what that is.
He didn't fully understand what was happening.
Yeah.
At the time.
Because I think he was just like, like he caught on that she was somehow doing it, but I think that like he was like, what the fuck is happening? Like this is.
Yeah. Imagine
Like, this person's mad at you, too. Like, you know?
No, yeah.
It's like,
Imagine Azula with that kind of power.
she would do worse than that old lady did. Much worse.
Yeah.
Although, oh my gosh, sorry. Aang brought up a really important question at the end of the episode. Zuko brought up an important question to Aang. Sorry, that's what I was thinking of. At the end of the episode. And that is, since...
If violence is never the answer.
Yeah, since Aang doesn't think that violence is ever the answer, like you said, then what the hell does he plan on doing with Ozai? Because Ozai is not like... You're not going to have a conversation and he's going to be like, I see the light, you know? And like...
Zuko and him had a conversation.
And he did not see the light. He tried to kill Zuko.
He did see the light. He saw the lightning that he cast at Zuko be channeled back into his face.
You know what I'm saying. He did not choose the side of good, you know? And I don't think he will. It's interesting too, right? Because Aang is a character that I don't know how I feel about him doing that. You know, it's like, I think we've had this conversation before in regards to like Arrow and the Flash, right? Like Barry Allen doesn't kill people. Like that's not, spoilers, that's not who he is. And you wouldn't want to see him kill people because he's Barry Allen, you know, he subdues and imprisons, you know, whatever, but he doesn't kill. Whereas Oliver Queen, he just kills fucking everybody, you know. But like I'm okay with that because that's his character. And like I understand that he sometimes has to take that step. But I wouldn't want Barry to. And I kind of feel the same about Aang. Like I can understand like, I don't know, maybe Zuko taking that step or something. Not with Ozai because I wouldn't want him to have to kill his father. But Aang is a character that like he's kind of like Barry Allen, right? Like I wouldn't want him to do that because it's not who he is. But at the same time, it's like, Momo! At the same time, it's like, I don't know how else
how do we progress?
Yeah, how we end this war and get who we want in power where we want them. You know?
Who do you want in power?
Zuko.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zuko and his advisor, Iroh.
You don't want Iroh to take the throne and Zuko be his right hand?
I mean, I would be okay with that. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. We're done. As always, if you want, you can like, comment, and subscribe if you aren't already. And if you want, you can watch the next episode right now over on Patreon, which is linked in the description down below, as well as our entire full-length reaction to this episode there as well.
Where?
It's in the description below. Bye, guys.